Hi guys, welcome back. Well, over the last month I've been making videos showing how I've made these wood turning chisels from old files. A spindle gouge, a very thin parting tool, and I also started to make some skews. Now, I've never finished this one off. It's been in the heat treating oven. I've annealed it. It's been on the surface grinder, and this is the stage it's at the moment. This skew I did finish, but I feel the blade is too long, so I'd like to cut possibly 50mm off the end. I think that would make it more manageable. Now, I've been sharpening these on the belt sander, but I thought I'd like to have a dedicated grinder, not only for doing the wood turning chisels, but also I could use it on the HSS cutting tools for the lathe. So I've just had a delivery of one of these CBN grinding wheels, and rather than keep swapping the wheel over on my bench grinder, I thought I'd look round on eBay and try and get another grinder that be just dedicated, so this can be fitted permanently. According to the advertisement blurb on these are a wheel for life if they're treated correctly. So once that's on, it might be a case of just leaving it on. Now, this is the bench grinder that I bought. It's probably dates from 50s, late 50s, early 60s. It's a Black & Decker, and it's a Black & Decker when they made proper machines. 240 volt. I've already got one of these, so I know they're a good machine. The other one that I've got is a 110, works on a transformer, but this is 240. Now, the spindle on these is 5/8. So I bought the adapter that fits in the centre of the wheel, that then will slide onto the 5/8 shaft. Now, as I do with all my second-hand tools that I buy, I strip them down to see what evils are lurking inside. I've had all this apart, and what I found was that one of these dust covers that protects the bearing on the shaft was missing. This slides on 4 bolts that bolted onto the main body, and then there's this fibre washer then is there to keep the dust from going into the bearing, but there's only one. No idea what's happened to the other one. Somebody's obviously stripped it down in the past, possibly replaced the bearings and never put the other one back in. So I'm in the process of making a new one of these. I have got the washer for it, but it's a surround that I'm missing, so it's not a great job making one of those. That shouldn't be a problem. That goes onto there like that. So I thought once that is up and running, I could then give it a try with these skews. As I say, I'm going to cut maybe 50mm off this, and I thought, as a bit of an experiment, I'll just have this at end as a straight skew and maybe put a radius on this and see what the difference is when it comes to wood turning. Right guys, that's the new dust seals installed. One side anyway. This goes on the other side now. Next up, these drive flanges go on. And they're located with a small woodruff key. Well, it was all going smoothly guys, but I'm afraid I've hit a problem now. With the drive flanges installed on the woodruff key, I've now got these two spacers, 5/8 for the spindle on the motor, that go into these holes that are, I think they're 32mm on the grinding wheel itself. I've got this side installed and it's fully in as far as it goes. Now if I put this one on, I haven't got enough sufficient thread on the shaft to put the locking nut on. Now there is quite a lot of meat on these spacers, so I'm thinking I'll take some of the chamfered part down. I don't think it needs that chamfered bit on. Maybe back to this position on both the spacers, and then I think that will give me sufficient room then to get the final nut on. Unfortunately guys, I've got just the machine for taking those chamfers off. Yeah, if I take the two chamfers off, I've made a start on this one. I'll probably gain about 10mm with the two, but another advantage is it'll give me a larger area to grip onto the drive flange as opposed to the chamfered one, so that's an added bonus. Right, let's get this one in the chuck. Well guys, I've reduced these two bushing pieces down The locking nut now is on about 3/4 of its thread, and it's a left-hand thread on this side, so as it spins it tightens itself up, so I think that should be okay. If I'm not, once I've tried it, if I'm not confident with the grip that that nut's got, what I may do is take this original drive flange off that's got the woodruff key in, do away with that, and then on the shaper cut another slot into one of the tapers that came with the grinding disc and use that as a drive flange. So then I would probably gain 20-25 millimeters. That would certainly be enough to take this nut up to its maximum. But I'm going to give it a try first and see how confident I feel with that nut. Now, I've fitted the original grinding disc wheel that came with the grinder, and the guard fits on properly. This side, because of the width of the wheel, you cannot fit the safety guard on and put the cover on because of the width of the disc. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. This motor's rated at 3000 revs per minute, and once it's quite heavy, this wheel, once that's whizzing round, there's a lot of inertia in that. There's no doubt that the grinder will have to be bolted down securely onto the bench, or else it will go walkies. I could always widen this section of the guard to fit onto that, but that's a possibility in the future. Now, the grinding rest with this machine actually fit onto the guards. They bolt onto there. But the plan is, I'm going to make a special frame for it to sit on with some rubber mounts, and then into that frame I'm going to incorporate a bar coming across. I can then put some adjustable tool rests on. But at the moment, once I've wired it up, I've got the switch to wire up, finish the wiring off. I think it's then ready for giving it a try. And then we'll move on to grinding some of those wood turning chisels. Just before I wire the grinder up, I thought I'd just show you this chisel. I was in Lidl the other day. Usually when I go in, I usually look around the cheap tools, and came across this bolster chisel. It's designed for an SDS hammer drill. Not sure how hard it is, I haven't tried it yet, but the file is touching it, but not a great deal. I thought that would be I think this was about £3.50. I thought that would be a good piece of material for making a thin parting tool for the wood turning. Possibly too wide there. You could take some of the depth off. Oh guys, this is the frame that I've made from some old scaffolding tube for the grinder to sit on. And the main purpose of this is to fit an adjustable tool rest, which I'm almost completed. That will fit onto there. It's adjustable at the bottom so I can swing it in and out, and I've also got some adjustment to alter the angle of the plate on the top for different grinding. But I can see me using this a great deal with having a cutting edge on the side. I can see me using a great deal for sharpening drill bits. I think it'll be ideal for that. I do like these grinders. I have got two. I do like the grinders. I think the weakest part of them is the tool rest. It's only adjustable in and out and not at an angle. I think that's the weakest part of it. But I'm going to leave that one on. Finish this one off. Tittle up my bits of welding and give it a paint, and I think we're almost there. Well guys, I think we're just about there with the base plate for the grinder. I've got the plate installed that the grinder is going to sit on, and I've got the adjustable tool rest installed, pivots in and out this way, and it'll also slide in and out and tilt to the desired angle. So I think that's now ready for putting the grinder on. I've got the wheel installed guys. I've got the tool rest position where I think it needs to be. If you remember, this skew is the one that I started to make and didn't finish it off when I did the previous chisels. I've just ground a radius on it, and I've made a start with a belt sander for the cutting edge. So that's that stage. This is the one that I did finish that I thought might be slightly too long. But before I cut it down, I'm going to see what kind of an edge I can get on it with this wheel. So let's try this one first. Well guys, first impressions, it's doing a really nice job on the cutting tip. Let me just put this one down. This is the one that I started to rough out on the belt sander, and I don't think I've taken it quite far enough back, but it's starting to form a cutting edge on this face now, which feels sharp. And it leaves a nice even grind on it, so I'm very pleased with that one. The thinner skew that I'd already put a cutting edge on, that now is razor sharp. That is razor sharp now, so I'm very pleased with it. There's a slight bit of vibration on this side, and I think it's to do with this cheap tool rest. When I take the pressure off this side, it's vibrating on this side, but I think we can sort that out. So overall, I'm very pleased with it. There's not too much vibration on it, and I'm looking forward to using it now. So there you are, guys, an old Black & Decker 8-inch grinder with a CBN wheel installed. Well, if you like my videos, guys, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. More videos coming very soon.